right. I could come down. Should I come down or should I stay up? All right, I'm going to be democracy. Can I come down? Will that be okay? Nobody will get mad at me? You might? Oh, I don't care, Wanda. You can get mad at me. What do I care? That's a good question. You want matches? I mean, you want a lighter? You're demanding. Here, give me 1 second. Well, I have that under here, too. If you really want, you can take a piece. You're not fleishik yet. You're not fleishik yet. Yeah, here. Did you? Is that what that is? All right, hold on. I'm going to move down just because I can.
Muscle memory.
Yeah, it's muscle memory. In fact, I got my college tray out and it says Shabbat Shalom on it. Like I realized, maybe it's time after all these years, for almost 30 years of being a rabbi, I should get a college tray that says Yom Tov also, not just Shabbat. You know what? It's not even in here. So we're going to just, I can't even direct people where to go because it's not here. Can you do it without it?
I can do it without it.
So we do rise if you are able to. We're going to go ahead as a community, as a congregation, and light our candles. And Lauren, if you'll do us the honors, provided that the clicker works. Oh, I know it worked on Friday. See, I told you we could be here all night. Let's see. I think it goes back. This is one of those funky ones, unless it's out. I'm not going to let go, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Okay. Because I let go, we might not get it back. There we go. Okay. All right. Shana b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel yom tov. Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Good Yontif.
Good Yontif to everybody. I was seeing if you're listening. Get this out of the way. So, if you're new, I will warn you, you have to have a sense of humor to be around here. If you've not been here before, you have to at least have some sense of humor or a little bit of laughter, because, what? Page 5, thank you. You're right, it's just a different prayer this time, isn't it? Thanks, Joel. Everybody's trying to be helpful tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me come down off the bima. We're a small group tonight, and it's always nice to be able to be closer and not speak from on high. If you know me, you know my style is not to be way up there if I can avoid it. But I think it's important for us to begin our evening together, to begin our Rosh Hashanah together. It is a little different flavor than last year. Were you here last year? How many of you were here last year? How many of you were here last year for Erev Rosh Hashanah? If you're raising your hand, you were somewhere else, because we were not here. We could not have a service last year because we were without power. And we felt it was too dark coming out and too dangerous because no one else around us had power either. The street lights were out, and it wouldn't have been safe for walking or anything else driving. So unfortunately, we did not have an evening service last year. I looked back and saw, we didn't. And we actually went through Rosh Hashanah, and David knows this really well, in the excitement of the heat, and wasn't that hot, but it was hot enough. and without air conditioning and without lights. And Harold, who you met out there, did an amazing job. So it has been 2 years since we have gathered on our evening, and it's nice to be back together celebrating this holiday this evening. And tomorrow, of course, as we did last year, hopefully it will be a little cooler and a little more light. And we will celebrate the new year together. Let me start with just a brief story before we go into the evening service. This is one you may have heard. You might have heard a lot of my little ditties if you've been around for a few years. But this is one of my favorites. Which I got to get the right one. Hold on. You don't want this one. You want the other one because the other one's funnier. Hold on. I got to find it. Nope. Where is it now? Let's see. Nope, that's not it either. Oh, you might have to hear this one. All right, you're going to have to hear this one because I don't know where the other one ran off to. So there is hold on. Where can I find it? All right, well, you're hearing a different story than I intended, but hey, that's okay. So there's a group that was studying in camp. If you've ever been to an experiential camp, right? If you've been to Camp Ramah or in Jewish camp in particular, they always add a little bit of learning, right, to the camp environment. And one of the teachers, one of the camp staff, writes the following. The group to which I was assigned chose to compose a booklet of original prayers to be used at the beginning of meetings. The youngsters scattered to the various tables in the dining hall to do their writing, and I went quietly from table to table to make myself available for assistance. One boy named Joey raised his hand to signify that he wanted his completed prayer to be examined. This is actually the story I was looking for. Like a good pedagogue, I praised what was good, and then I called attention to one element which read as follows. And, oh, dear God, please answer all our prayers, requests, and petitions. Now, thinking about some of the foolish prayers that we sometimes offer, I asked Joey, do you really mean all of them? And Joey's face was a bit blank, and I thought for a moment. I tried another approach, says the staff person, and I asked in this way, would you ask God, let's say for maybe a motorcycle? Without hesitation, Joey replied, no, I already have 2 of those. So the question is from the story, it's cute. I don't know how many kids have 2 motorcycles. But the idea is that when we ask for God, what are we asking for? What are our hopes? What are our dreams? What are our tefillot really all about? Right? What are we saying? What are the meaningful things, the meaningful elements that are most important to you as you begin the new year? That's what Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur are really all about. They're about thinking about what's important to us. How do we make ourselves better so we can enjoy those important things? What things did we maybe not do great last year, and now we have a clean slate to start all over again and do them right, hopefully, this year. And you know what? If we don't do them right all the way, that's okay, because we're going to try again next year to do even better. So think about what your prayers and your petitions are really all about this evening and throughout the holiday, whenever you're here and joining us, or whether you're at home just pondering a bit. If you get a chance, take some time for yourself to breathe through the holiday, not just here again in our worship, but at home and with friends, or just outside in nature, and ponder, Joey, but ponder your own petitions, your own prayers, and what the holiday can mean for you. We're going to begin this evening, as we do each evening, with the Baruch Hu on page 5. And for those of you who might be familiar, again, last year we didn't able to share this melody together, but there's a special evening melody for Rosh Hashanah and for Yom Kippur. We'll hear it again on Yom Kippur. So I invite you to join with me on the Yided Eyes if it's familiar to you, and if it's not, by the end, hopefully it will be. So we rise on page 5 as we join together. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. You are welcome to be seated. If you'll read with me on the far left side of the page in the interpretive selection in the small print, my apologies if those of you who need the specs to see, one of them now, bottom of page 5, we'll join together. This is our first bracha of creation, of praising God as creator. Let's join again the far left side. Beloved are you, eternal God, by whose design the evening falls, by whose command dimensions open up, and eons pass away, and stars spin in their orbits. You set the rhythms of day and night, the alternation of light and darkness sings your creating word. In rising sun and in spreading dusk, creator of all, you are made manifest. Eternal, everlasting God, may we always be aware of your dominion. Beloved are you, Adonai, for this hour of nightfall. Umavir yom, umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uven laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, El Chai, v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim. Page 6. Ki hem chayenu yorech yameinu v'hem negim avalana v'yahavatcha tasir mimenu yolamim. Baruch atah Adonai Ohem amo Yisrael. We join together the Shema, page 6, in the special melody. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. We join together in the Torah trope, the V'yahavta. V'yahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha, u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol me'odecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavecha, hayom alevavecha, v'shinantam l'manecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvlechtecha v'derech, uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha, uv'shartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu l'totafot bein einecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha. We join together the V'yahavta in the English, the bottom of 6. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all that is yours. These words that I command you this day shall be taken to heart. Teach them again and again to your children, and speak of them when you sit in your home, when you walk on your way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and as a symbol above your eyes. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your home and on your gates. We continue silently 7. Adonai Elohechem bottom of page 7. I'm by the arrow on page 8. Umalchuto beratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe uMiriam uBnei Yisrael lechanu shira v'simcha rabba ve'amru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot osefele malchutecha rahuvanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe ze'eli anu v'yamru Adonai Loch leolam ahed v'ne'emar ki fadadonai et Yaakov u'galo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch ata Adonai Gal Yisrael. Page 9, you will find our Hashkivenu prayer. Our Hashkivenu prayer is the prayer that asks for a sense of shalom as we end our day and begin a new one. I always comment that we're a strange lot, we Jews, because we begin newness in the dark of night. We begin our new day always when the sun goes down. And if that isn't optimism about the world, then I don't know what is. If you'll read with me responsively the selection on page 9, it's our bracha of peace for the night, in the night. Let's join responsively on page 9. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully and to awaken again to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us, remove from us enemies and pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow, and remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us, and you are the sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and our coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Together, let's join Baruch Atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us and over all the people Israel and over Jerusalem. Ushmor tzeiteinu uvoeinu l'chayim u'l'shalom yatav yad olam ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha Baruch atah Adonai ha'porei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. You'll kindly turn to page 10. There you will see a verse from Psalms, which proclaims the sound of the shofar on the new moon at the time appointed for our new year. That's what the verse means. When you leave the synagogue tonight, it's a little cloudy, but maybe we get lucky enough. If you look up at the sky, you should notice that the moon is, hopefully you'll see an itty-bitty little sliver, right? We are just at the beginning of the new moon, and it signifies, again, that the month of Tishrei is beginning, that new moon always signifies the beginning of a Hebrew month. And so you know that when it's a full moon, it is the middle of the month. And when you really can't see it at the very end of the month, then we start all over again with an itty-bitty little sliver as we work towards a quarter, half, right, full, and then onward. So today is not only Rosh Hashanah, it is also Rosh Chodesh. It is the beginning of a new month as well. Poor Tishrei doesn't get the attention it does as a new month in and of itself, since we celebrate the new year. But keep it in mind that we are again seeing the cycles of nature as we begin a new month and the new year as well. So I'll ask if you're able to rise as we join together on page 10 with the same melody we've been using. This special verse, we'll read it in the English as well. Tiku v'chodesh shofar b'kesed liyom chageinu ki chok leYisrael hu mishpat leElohei Yaakov. Sound the shofar on our feast day, on the new moon when it is hidden, for it is Israel's law, a decree of the God of Jacob. We remain standing for Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah v'yalamah divarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael b'galav izman kariv v'yimeru amen. Yeheshvei Rabba mevorach le'olam l'almei amaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitramam yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudesha berichu Le'ela, le'ela, mikol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma v'imeru. Amen. You'll find the silent Amidah for this evening beginning on page 11, continuing through all the way until you get to the end on page 17. Feel free to use this time for your own personal thoughts and meditations to add to the special words that are on the page. When you're through, you're welcome to be seated. 11 through 17. Join together in Shalom Rav, the middle of page 16. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Ki atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol eit u'b'chol sha'ah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Tasim leolam, tasim leolam, tasim leolam. You'll kindly turn a little bit forward to page 19. There you will find Kaddish Shalem. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabba v'yalma divrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh b'chayechon v'mechon uv'chayedecho v'Yisrael v'agala v'zman kari v'imeru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam olam me'almaya yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'truma v'naseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudesha. Brichu le'ela mikol le'ela le'ela mikol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram yama v'imeru. Amen. Titkabal soloton uva'uton dechol Yisrael kol dam avoni v'shemaya v'imeru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim alen v'yal kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Ohoseh shalom bimromav. V'ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru. Amen. You all are good. You are all now part of the CBI choir. We're getting it going again. I'm hoping. We may have a leader, somebody who wants to lead us, and I'm hoping we'll have it again. Well, let me ask you a question. You may have noticed this. You may have even changed it yourself just a few weeks ago. Give it about a month, but most of us probably maybe not quite as long. The greetings started to change. All right, so instead of a simple Shabbat Shalom, you may have ended a conversation with, oh yeah, Happy New Year, right? Shana Tova. All right, now I'm going to ask you, how many of you are still old school and you sent out Rosh Hashanah cards? Anybody? All right, well, that was the next step. Wow, the poor U.S. Postal Service. Sad. Okay, how many of you did it online? You sent notes to people, all right, on email or text? Even as late as a few minutes ago, right? Before you walk. Good. All right. So you all understand, right? What would you say? What is our greeting? What's our traditional greeting? Shana Tova, right? And what does it mean? a good year, right? Or Mitsuka. We often add, exactly, like you said, we add Shana Tova Umitsuka. And may it be, so what's Shana? A year. And what's Tova is good. Okay, we know, so we have some Hebrew experts in here. And Mitsuka means, I thought it meant bitter. No, sweet, you're right. Sweet. Okay, so we wish everybody a good and sweet new year. All right, so do me a favor. You all know each other already, but do it anyway. Turn to the person next to you, or behind you, or in front of you, or someone you don't know, or you can wave if you have to, and be sure to say hi and say Shana Tova. Just meet the person around you for a second. Hey, there you go. Y'all are experts. You are now part. Mindy, are you taking note? Where's Mindy? Did you just take note of everybody? They are now on the CBI membership committee. You just got a whole bunch of recruits. I know. Well, we can't do everything. But you got it. I recruited for you, right? All right. So what's the difference, though, between someone wishing someone a happy new year, which we tend to do on other occasions, right? Or a Shana Tova. What's the difference between those two? When you say Happy New Year, what do you think? Celebration. Yeah, you think celebration. You think for those of us who really like to party, you might like a little dancing, a little drinking, a little laughing, a party atmosphere, maybe, some little horns and, even little streamers and fun things that like we might do on January 1st. Right? Celebrating the turn of the calendar. What does Shana Tova, though, do for us? What does that carry with it? A very different image, really different image. When we wish each other a Shana Tova, we're not really just thinking about the next 48 hours, right? Tonight and the 48 hours. But what are we really thinking about? The entire year. Now, how many of you, when you go, Happy New Year, when you do that at midnight, on December 31st, January 1st, how many of you really think about the whole year? I don't. I honestly don't, right? But when I say Shana Tova, I have a very different image. I'm not just talking about, again, these 48 hours. I'm thinking about much broader, right? And some of us, as you noted, even add Mituka, which means sweet. So we don't want just a good year. We want a sweet year, right? We want something even added to that, to our greeting, expressing the hope that this new year will not only be good, but exceptional, right? Filled with sweetness, we hope, rather than the bitterness that we know can touch us and has perhaps touched us this past year and perhaps may touch us again in the year to come. But we want to try to taste that sense of goodness and that sense of sweetness. So I want to look for a second, though, at the word Shana. We translate Shana as, real simple, you already said it, year, right? Very simple. But if you know your Hebrew, and I think there are a few of you out here who do, and if you're taking Fred's class, you should, right? Go back and tell him, right? The Hebrew root letters of Shana are Shin, Nun, He. And it offers another meaning than just a year, right? It comes from the verb lishanot. Anybody know what that means? Yeah, to renew or to change, to be different, right? To be different. And that same root, Shin, Nun, He, also denotes repetition. It's multifaceted, this word, right? Something done twice, or repeated, right? Now, you may be familiar if you know the term Mishnah Torah. Ever heard of the Mishnah Torah? It's, some of you know, have studied with me, right? It's literally translated a repetition of the Torah. It's an appellation that was actually given to the 5th book of the Torah. I'm not even talking about Maimonides. I'm actually talking about this name was given as Mishnah Torah to the book of Deuteronomy in Greek, which is called, Deuteronomy means second law. Yeah, so it suggests this repetition. And most of the book of Deuteronomy is a repetition of what came before, a repeating of the laws, of the instructions, of descriptions of events, of the people's travels that Moses had already given to the people that are already recorded in the 4 other books. And the great scholar, philosopher, and legalist Moses ben Maimon, who is Maimonides, right? I just mentioned him a second ago. He took that same term and he used it for his own text called the Mishnah Torah. And it's the title of his 12th century code of Jewish law in which he sought to reiterate and refine and transmit, if you will, Torah law for the Jews of his time. And of course, Maimonides drew much of his legal code from the first rabbinic codification of Jewish law, which was called the Mishnah. Taking that same word again, same word meaning repetition. There's yet another meaning, though, connected to the root shin nun he, shana. It can also mean to learn, to study, or to teach. Also has that connotation. And certainly the Mishnah and the Mishnah Torah later on are texts that teach us how to apply the values and rituals of our tradition to our lives. So when we say Shana, it's year. It can mean to change. It can mean repetition. It can mean to learn. All of that is part of that one word in our Hebrew language. And it's easy to see that Shana Tova is much more than just simple pleasantry. Something I typed it earlier on my text, right? But it goes much deeper than what we might simply just say, hey, Shana Tova. Right? When we say Shana Tova, we are saying that a good year is a year full of shanot, lishanot, of changes, of being able to change, of a year of doing things differently, of hopefully repeating the things that were good, and hopefully doing things better the next time. And if we're to grow as human beings, we have to be willing to make those changes. There's a cute story of a woman who proudly hung on her mantelpiece a needlework plaque that said, "Prayer changes things." And a few days later, the plaque was missing from its place. Uh-oh, what happened? The woman asked her husband if he had seen it. He said, "I took it down. I didn't like it." "But why?" the woman asked. "Don't you believe that prayer changes things?" "Yes, I honestly do," her husband answered. "But it just so happens that I don't like change, so I threw it away." Changing our attitudes and actions, we know, is never an easy task. It would be so much easier if we could just keep things the way they are. But Shana Tova, no, just in that greeting, it reminds us that the year will be Tova, it will be good, only if we change. If we change our old behaviors, if we modify our thoughts, if we change our perspective and the acts that we do. So when you say Shana Tova, we are saying that a good year is a year full of learning, full of teaching. It's a year that we must shed our enslaving habits and say, Shana, let's learn new ways to behave and to be. We can become better Jews. We can become better human beings by learning from our history, by going over it, repeating it over and over, right? By taking our heritage and the history that it gives us, and then by studying those experiences of our ancestors and living their values to the best of our abilities. There's a wonderful Reformed rabbi in the early 20th century, Felix Levy, who stated it very, very well. He said, "The person best able to advance on the road to moral perfection is one who starts with the accumulated spiritual heritage of righteous ancestors." In other words, we take what we have, our traditions, and we go forward from there. Not just the people, but the values and the traditions that come with it. So Shana Tova, the year will be a good one if we strengthen our commitment to the universal and eternal values taught by our tradition, learning from the faith and the wisdom of our ancestors. So when you go home and you get your text out, or you send an email, or anything in the next number of days, not just the next 48 hours, but after that, throughout the High Holy Day period, think about what Shana Tova really might suggest to us. We're saying that a good year is a year of repetition, of return. It's not repeating the negative, but certainly reviewing the past, as Moses did in Deuteronomy, so that we could learn from it. And each Rosh Hashanah, we have the opportunity for a do-over, taking those positive aspects of our lives forward and doing away with the negative. Shana Tova, the year will be a good one if we strive to make beauty and compassion and happiness and giving recurring or repeating themes in our lives. So I will say to you tonight, not a Happy New Year and not Shabbat Shalom, but Shana Tova. May the new year ahead be one of goodness, of worthwhile, significant, creative, and meaningful achievement. May it be a year for you and for all of us, for our community. God, I hope the whole world, of changing and of growing, a year of learning and of teaching, a year of reviewing, a year of redoing. And may it be a year of health and fulfillment, joy and celebration, a year of positive thoughts and of noble deeds, of new opportunities, and we hope of deepening relationships. May 5786 truly be a Shana Tova, a truly Tova, a truly good year. And to that I hope you will say Amen. Yeah. We move forward into the closing part of our service. Keep that in mind again as you go forward. And we actually, before we get to our Aleinu prayer, which I'm going to need a volunteer to open up the ark in just a minute, we are going to lift a cup of wine in celebration and joy, sanctify the day over grape juice. I have one up here. Normally we have a little onig in the back. Tonight we'll go old school. We'll just take one cup in hand, and we will join together as we sanctify this special day in our lives, in our month, and again, a start to a brand new opportunity for a new year. So if you're able to, I'll ask once again if you'll kindly rise on page 24 as we join together, and we will do the Shechianu at the very bottom as well together. So page 24. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol am ve'romemanu mikol lashon ve'kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu b'ahava et yom hazikaron hazeh Yom Teruah Mikra Kodesh Zecher Litziat Mitzrayim Kivanu Vachartav Yotanu Kidashta Mikol Ha'amim Uvacharchar Emet Vekayam La'ad Baruch Atah Adonai. Special ending. Melech al kol haaretz, Mekadesh Yisrael. Melech al kol haaretz, Mekadesh Yisrael. Melech al kol haaretz, Mekadesh Yisrael. Melech al kol haaretz, Mekadesh Yisrael, Melech al kol haaretz, Mekadesh Yisrael, V'yom hazikaron. Amen. We join together at the bottom. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'echianu v'kiyamanu Vehigianu lahazman hazel chaim. Michael, thank you. If you'll remain standing, we will turn to the page 25, next page, where you'll find Aleinu as we open the ark, as our tradition is, and join together. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol. La Tates Gedula Liotzer Breshit Shelo Asanu Goye Haratzot Velo Samanu Kamishpechot Adama Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem Vigor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam Vanachnu Porim Umishachavim Umodim Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Notei Shamayim V'Yoser Haaretz U'Moshav Yikaro B'Shamayim Ima'al U'Shchinatu Zo V'Gam Hei Meromim Hu Eloheinu Einod
Emet Malkeinu Efezulato, Kakatu Bitorato, Viadatayom, Vashivota, Elevavecha, Ki Adonai, Hu Elohim, Ba Shamayim, Mima'al, V'aretz, Mitachateno, Ki amalchut shelcha hi omeatim loch bechavod, kakatu b'toratecha donayim loch le'olam va'ed, v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol ha'aretz, vayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo echad, Ushemo echad. You may be seated. Want to do announcements? Yeah, we're going to close the door. Close the door. Yeah, we're going to do it in a minute. I gotcha. We turn over to page, before we do Kaddish Tome. In just a minute. Before we turn to Mourner's Kaddish, as Joel was suggesting, there is a special psalm that we've been reciting for the last month, Psalm 27. It is our High Holy Day psalm, helps us guide us through this experience of beginning a new year together, of our tshuva, of our hopefully returning to the kind of people that we hope to be. So page 27, you'll find the psalm. If you'll join with me about 7 lines down, I think. 7 lines down, you'll find in the bold print, we join together. Achal sha'alti me'et Adonai ota avakesh. Achal sha'alti me'et Adonai ota avakesh. Shifti beveit Adonai kol yemei chayai. Lachazot b'noam Adonai ulevaker b'heichalo. Lachazot b'noam Adonai ulevaker b'heichalo. Very bottom, we join. Luhulehem anti l'ropetu v'Adonai b'eretz chayim kavei el Adonai chazak v'yametz lipecha v'kavei el Adonai. You'll kindly turn back to page 26. There you will find Kaddish Tome, our Mourner's Kaddish. As we recite Mourner's Kaddish this evening, we keep in our thoughts those whose yortzites occur today and the next couple of days, including Nathan Rice, Samuel Schrager, Joseph Marion Kahn, Rachel Poliakoff, Ruby Leopold, Simon Belonkin, Masha Leah Lurie, Louis Salowitz, Abraham Shane, Martin Wertheim, Zita Sarlin, Dave Brandman, Edna Yellis, Rebecca Balzer, Morris Sarlin, Jake Berry, Ethel Berkowitz, and Kenneth Paltrow. Those reciting Kaddish Tome, Mourner's Kaddish, you'll find it again on page 26. You're welcome to rise and join with me. Yit Gadal, V'yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'yalma Divrach Yirute, V'yamlich Malchute, V'chayechon, Uvyomechon, Uvchaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala Uvizman Kariv V'imru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Olamei Olmaya, Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar V'yitaleh V'yithalal, Shemei Dekudisha B'richu, Le'ela, le'ela, mikol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. You are welcome to be seated. Announcements to call upon our president, Michael Kraus. These are from Friday, so there may be some you can leave out.
Yes, I see that.
Feel free to summarize. People are hungry for.
I see that. I will tell you, though, that the first announcement here is about something that happened yesterday. So yesterday, the book club met, and they're going to meet again in another month, and this is the time to choose the book for the next month. So if y'all are new to the book club or interested in joining the book club, now is the time to do that. Email me, and after the Chag is over, email me, and I will be glad to allow you to vote on next month's book and join us for the book club. The board of Beth Israel is very proud to announce a new award that will be announced tomorrow during the morning service. It's the Member of Distinction Award, created to recognize members who have gone way above and beyond the call of duty to make Beth Israel the loving and active community that it is. So please stay tuned tomorrow, and we're going to announce that. It's a secret, only the board knows it, and the recipient doesn't even know it yet, but he or she will learn it along with the rest of y'all. So look forward to that. Our Tashlich program is the 23rd, Tuesday, tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Please join us. It's very kid-friendly. There are going to be prayers, songs, and blowing of the shofar. And at 5 p.m., we will walk together from Beth Israel to the home of Mark Brody, which has access to Richland Creek. Don't forget, please wear comfortable shoes, obviously, for the walk, and bring breadcrumbs to toss into the creek to symbolize the sins that we are getting rid of. Donations are still being accepted for the High Holiday Dignity Drive for United Ministries. I think you see some donations in front of me. You can see them. I can't right now. Please bring your donations to Beth Israel and place them in the Heller Chapel. A list of needed items can be found on the newsletters and in this month's bulletin. Finally, the office is going to be open on Monday. The office was open today. The office will be closed for tomorrow and Wednesday, reopening on Thursday, the 25th at 8:30 in the morning. Please save the following dates: September 28th at 12:45 at the Beth Israel Cemetery is the Kever Avot service. It's a joint service with Beth Israel and the Reformed Temple of Israel, as we remember our loved ones who passed away, and join Beth Israel's Sisterhood and Men's Club for Sippin' in the Sukkah on Sunday, October 12th from 3 to 6. There are going to be flights of beer, food, and entertainment with the comedian David Zasloff, who is going to perform at 3 p.m. sharp, so please be there at the beginning. The event is free if you're a paid Sisterhood and Men's Club member, and it's a whopping $5 for everybody else. For more information or to pay online, please visit the website when the holiday is over. And weekly reminders, I don't think there's going to be, I'm not sure, Fred isn't here, he's not going to be giving his Hebrew class, and you're not going to be giving your Megillah class. So birthdays this month: Mark Duckworth, Nate Feldman, James Hoffman, and Ruben Rebovich. And my final and most pleasant task is to wish you a happy and a good and sweet new year to all. Thank you.
I know you had to kind of adapt since we didn't do the new sheet. So let me leave you with just one cute story. Those of you who've been here, you know I like to leave you with a thought, right? Sometimes cute, sometimes fun, sometimes thoughtful, sometimes a combination of all of those. And then we'll end with our Yigdal together. And don't forget, back here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Yes. How many of you go? I heard of groans over here. We're not coming at 9, Mom, are we? 9 a.m. And please, by the way, it is kids-friendly Tashlich, but it's friendly for everybody. You will need to probably either you can walk. If you don't want to walk, you can certainly park in front of Mark's house. I'm told he will have a golf cart to go down for anyone who can't, but I know it's a kind of a steep little pathway going down, so just plan ahead. Shorts, not about shorts, it's probably going to be hot, but certainly walking shoes. But it's a very short little walk from here to his house, and everybody's welcome for that. To join us here at 4:30. Again, it's kid-friendly, but it's everybody-friendly. Let's put it that way. So here's your last thought before we end with Yigdal. The Baal Shem Tov on one Rosh Hashanah evening refused to enter his synagogue to conduct services. Do you think I could get away with that one day? I guess not. He exclaimed, "There are too many prayers entering the synagogue and too few prayers coming out of the synagogue. Too often, we carry our prayers into the synagogue, deposit them, and forget about them." As we begin our new year together and as we've gone through our service together, I pray that we leave the synagogue more determined to fulfill the words of the prayers that we have just uttered. And more important than the prayers we bring in, I hope you will carry the prayers out with you. With that, we will end together on page 28, our Yigdal with our special melody. Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yishtabach Nimtza v'enet el metziuto Echad v'en yachid keyichudo Ne'lam v'gam en sof le'achduto Ein lo demut haguf v'ein no guf Lo na'aroch elav kedushato Kadmon lechal davar asher nivra Rishon v'ein reshit L'reshito Hino Adon Olam V'chol Notzar Yoreg Gedulato U'malchuto Shefa Nevuato Netano El Anshe Segulato V'tifarto Lo kam b'Yisrael kemo she'od Navi umabid et emunato Torah emet natan le'amo el al yad nevio neman beito Lo yachal Yifa'el V'lo yamir dato le'olamim lezulato sofer v'yodeya setarenu mabit lesof davar b'kadmato gomel ish chesed kemifalo Noten le'rashara kirishato Ishlach leketz yamin Meshichenu Lifdot mechakeketz Yeshuato Meitim Yechayel Berov chasto Baruch Adei Shem Tehilato Meitim Yechayel Berov Chasto Baruch Adei Shem Tehilato. We read together at the bottom, Lishana Tova Tikatevu V'techam Temu. May it be a good year for all of us, a sweet one. May you be sealed in the book of life. Together we say, Amen. Good Yontif. Thanks for joining us.